Luke, when you take a look at this hockey game, first of all, the first 5 minutes of every period, they seem to come out like a house on fire. How do you guys weather that storm each period?
Yeah, I think we came out slow to start in the first, and then in all three periods. But I think we bounced back and did a good job of capitalizing on our chances and also keeping the puck out of our own net until the third, where I take a bad penalty and ends up in the power play goal for them, which I can't do, which kind of changes the momentum. But otherwise, I thought we did a lot of good things as a team and something to build off of.
When you look at the last few games, that extra point that you guys are searching for and need desperately, I think, in this tight, very tight North Division, how do you start to overcome that and turn it back your way?
Yeah, I think just the biggest thing is discipline. I mean, staying out of the box. They had a couple more power plays than we did tonight, so I think staying away from taking penalties, especially stick penalties, that'll be a big thing. And then otherwise, just stick to our habits. I mean, we have really good systems, and when we play to them, we win. So sticking to that, we'll make sure we get 2 points every night.
There was a point there in the second period where you guys seem to have like an 8 or 9 minute run there of just being in the offensive zone. What's going right at that point?
Yeah, I think it's just lines are rolling one after the other, and we have a really deep team, and so when we get them hemmed in their D zone, and then we start changing, then it kind of flips things, and we can put a lot of pressure on them and get our chances there.
John, tough way to have this game end after being up 2-0. What did you see in the tempo that changed in the third period?
Well, I thought they came out and played really well the first 5 minutes. I thought our first 5 minutes of every period was not very good, but I thought we rebounded extremely well from it. Then we started playing well. We scored the second goal. Then we take an offensive zone penalty. It gave them some momentum. It was their third one. They're a dangerous team. They got some skill. You can't afford to take those offensive penalties like that. You got to make it hard on them. And then they got a little momentum, and then we lost an assignment there in on the tying goal. So give credit to them for not quitting and pushing us to the end. And then I thought we played pretty good in the 3-on-3, and we scored 2 goals in the thing. So again, it turns into a shootout, but it's a disappointment, especially because we were up 2-0. And again, we keep talking it over and over. If we're gonna be the team that we want to be, we have to make sure that we close those types of games out, especially on the road, making sure that if they get something, they earn it, not given to them.
Well, and it seems like a trend, although it seems a little bit disconnected. All these games in the past week or so that have been overtime or a shootout loss. Do you see it as a trend?
Well, it's not a trend because we've come back the last 3 times down a goal. So trends are when it happens the same thing over and over. When you come back, that's a good sign. So again, it's a learning league, it's a development league, but it's just it's 4 games in a row now that we've given up the extra point. So we'll keep working on it. I thought Hanu did a good job with our guys, giving them some things. We worked on it in practice, and we scored twice. So we gave ourselves a chance. We'll look at it, and then we'll just make sure we're ready to go on Saturday.